What's going on, everybody? This is Clark Beckham, runner-up of season 14. We're gonna go over the top 7 today. Everybody hurts. Initial thoughts. I'm upset. Out of the 4 contestants that didn't make it, I think 3 of them were the best of the whole group vocally. It hurts so bad. But then I had to really think, am I making these assumptions because it's something that I like or because it's something that I think is best and that everybody will like? Which brings up a good point. You know when people say like, oh, so-and-so has really great musical taste? That almost always means they have similar taste to me. When people judge other people's taste in music, they just do it off of their own taste. So when I judge America's ineptitude to vote for people, it's really just judging them against what I like. And is that really a solid argument or something to base anything off of? I think ultimately you want to make music at a high level, but in pop music and in American Idol, it has to appeal to the masses. And if you do it right, like Stevie Wonder, you'll have high quality music with all these chord changes and key changes and have the 10-year-old singing along, getting it stuck in your head. All that to say, the people that made it through did a great job. So it's hard for me to be really mad because as they kept singing and as the performers went on, I was like, yeah, but everybody killed it. So the people that made it, there weren't anybody that just flat out did not deserve to be in the top 7 of American Idol. It just really hurt for Sophia and Michaela, specifically my 2 favorites, to not get in, but we move on. Arthur Gunn did Kiss the Girl. Very cool arrangement. He did well, thank goodness, for the sake of me in the comments. Didn't miss a note. And that's one thing about him is you might find things that he does that you don't love, but he doesn't miss notes. I can't remember a single performance where he's missed a note, so he's super consistent. Lionel mentioned that he has a real sense of identity about him and his artistry. 100%. That's a huge factor. Just Sam. I didn't love it. There's so many good songs, which we'll get into later, that Disney has. This is a brilliant song, but I just wasn't really into this performance. Katie said she wanted more, and I felt that way too. They're pushing Disney hard with the background animations and the songs and the theme. It's like, all right, we get it. ABC owns Disney or vice versa, whatever it is. Like, we get it. And the graphics and the songs got a little corny in spots. Jonny West, he sang Almost There and crushed it.
I don't got time for dancing.
Sing.
It's just gonna have to wait a while. Well, down here they think I'm crazy, but I don't care.
Sheesh.
Trials and tribulations, there ain't nothing gonna stop me now, 'cause I'm almost there.
Oh, come on.
I work real hard each and every day.
Please win.
I've climbed the mountain and I crossed the river.
Sing!
Almost there.
He showed that he's got crazy control. It's never been so obvious to me how perfect his technique is vocally. Everything's in control. He can sing up and mix voice and nail every note over and over and over and over again and play beautifully. And what a great song choice too. The content, of being almost there, and in his situation where he's almost there to the finale, almost there as the winner. We're close. I loved it. Speaking of corny backgrounds, his background was way cooler than everybody else's. And I think it's just because he was on a white wall behind him and all the drawing and the art was really sweet. Last week I said maybe he's showing that he's not very versatile with all the ballads. And this week I ate my words because this was up-tempo and fun and maybe my favorite performance that he's ever done. Katie's been killing it lately. She described Jonny as a mix of Billy Joel, Randy Newman, and Paul Simon. Phew. First of all, what a great compliment, but also totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. Randy Newman's the guy who's made all the songs from Toy Story and most of the Pixar movies. Billy Joel is one of the greatest artists and songwriters of all time. And Paul Simon is widely known as arguably the greatest songwriter ever. But these 3 guys, what they have in common is they're very musical and they focus on the depth of music and the quality of music, making it high and digestible to the masses. And that's what he's doing. Please win. Next person to make it through is Louis Knight. Louis saying, "Can you feel the love tonight?" No, I cannot. No, I can't. It's a rough night. His vocal performance was average from his previous performances. It was fine. There was an arrangement build that I wasn't really feeling. He kind of just stayed where he was vocally because I don't think he has a lot of room up top to go farther and farther and farther. But he's the best performer on the show, I think. He's got beautiful blue eyes, beautiful blonde hair. He knows exactly where to look, right into the camera. He's a genuinely sweet guy that really translates through the camera. And you can't help but cheer for him. At this point, I'm getting scared. I'm doing the math and I'm seeing the people that I really want to go in, and I'm seeing the people that I think for sure are going to, and it's not adding up. I can't do this. Okay. I think this is how you have a hernia.
After the nationwide vote is Julia.
Yes! All right. Julia Gargano sang Beauty and the Beast. The arrangement was sweet, soulful, funky. The bass player was amazing, as always. She didn't hold up on her end. Vocally, I think it was her weakest performance. Lionel said her lower register wasn't very strong, and Blake said it was too low. I thought the same. Usually when someone starts off really low, it's because there's a big killer part later that's higher, and I never felt that. I think it was her weakest performance, but if she was gonna have a weak performance, it would be this one. She still got the second round to prove herself and give another impression. Francisco Martin is the next person to make it in, and he, finally somebody, sings a song from Tarzan, one of the greatest soundtracks in all of animated film, written by Phil Collins. He sings You'll Be in My Heart. This song is golden. The way the verses transition to the chorus, there's actually a key change in the chorus and then key change back to the verse. To me, the verses were gorgeous for Francisco, and the chorus was actually the first time I heard Francisco miss notes. Sounded like he was yelling a little bit and just wasn't quite as comfortable to listen to. Okay, at this moment, I'm kind of freaking out. There's one more spot left, and there's two people that I'm dying to get in, Michaela and Sophia. And at this point, it's hard because I love Dillon and I want him to get in too, but there's one spot left, and I am a crazy maniac fan of Sophia and Michaela, and I'm sad, but of all the people, I'm wanting Sophia first, Michaela second, and then I guess Dillon, even though Dillon is up there for me too. I don't know, it's hard, but here's my freak out moment. There's one more spot left. Sophia, Michaela, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Sophia. I think it's gonna be Dillon, but Sophia.
Is Dillon James.
Is there a save? She would have killed the Disney songs! Oh, look, the three greatest singers of the whole season are leaving. Oh my. I'm heated, bro. Oh, I'm heated. Yo, Sophia would have crushed Disney songs. She would have picked Hercules. She would have picked whatever. She would have picked the best Disney songs ever. Jovan would have probably done I Wanna Be Like You and crushed. Michaela would have done some gorgeous ballad, made us all freak out. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I'm not all right. It's not gonna be okay. I'm not okay. Ah! It hurts! That was tough. Dillon James sang Our Town. I wasn't crazy about it, which made the sting of Sophia and Michaela not going through harder, but Dillon is really good at what he does. He did his thing very well, and he makes it through. Lionel says he's a storyteller and wasn't even paying attention to the notes because he was so invested in the story. I agree. I actually was thinking that too. I was just listening and I wasn't focusing on the notes, which is very interesting because it's not about the vocal performance necessarily. As far as his range and control and all of these things, it's more about the message and the delivery. That's what you focus on. The winner of round one to me was Jonny by a landslide. There's a performance by last year's winner, Laine Hardy, and you see, this is who America votes for. Good looking, sweet guy with a guitar. Laine's a beast. Do not get me wrong. Laine is a beast and he deserved to have a title. But we see here, this is what America votes for. The power of the guy with the guitar is too strong. If you look at the American Idol winners, for the past several years, a guy with an acoustic guitar wins. If you look at the top 20 of this season, there are 4 guys that always had an acoustic guitar when they performed. Out of those 4, 3 of them are still here. The only person that didn't make it was Franklin Boone, and the only performance that he didn't have a guitar was the one where he got cut. If you come across as a sweet, humble guy with an acoustic guitar and you sing well, it's over. You have gone American Idol Super Saiyan. Like, it's over. That power is too strong. And the American Idol audience of today eats that up.
Round 2.
Arthur kicks it off with Hey Ma. I really love this performance. He crushed. Not only did he hit every note, but it sounded very him. I think he had a little more freedom with the song choice. Didn't miss a note. And Katie said that she can see him now as a professional touring musician. And I totally can too. I can see the whole thing. He's got his identity. He sings great. He's got a very loyal, passionate fan base. And he's killing it. He did really, really, really well. Lauren Daigle is going to make an appearance in the finale next week, and they mention her as an American Idol alum, which kind of makes me laugh because they cut her the 2 times that she auditioned. The first time she got cut before top 24, so that's the producer's decision. And then the second time, I read that she didn't even make it to Hollywood. So both of these times that she got cut wasn't America, and it wasn't her fault. It was the producers. They said, nah, we don't like her. But now they're like, oh, you have a Grammy? You have hit songs and you're awesome? Ah, American Idol alum. Sure you are. And technically, I mean, yeah, she is. Same thing with Tori Kelly. Tori Kelly got cut by producers. She auditioned twice too, I think. Maybe she just auditioned once, but she got cut in Hollywood Week as well, and I'm sure they'd claim her too. Just Sam sang I Turn to You. Really sweet moment. It's Mother's Day. She shared the story about her mother and a little bit of her childhood, how her grandmother adopted her and has been raising her, and how Just Sam is still alone in LA, isolating herself from her grandmother for safety purposes. I really feel for her doing this all by herself, but more than anything, my heart is warmed with her relationship with her grandmother. Her performance was again. I just wasn't a fan. She still sounds reserved. I've yet to see the Just Sam that we fell in love with in Hawaii and in Hollywood during these quarantine rounds. I think we have to note that she's in her apartment. Everyone else is at their parents' house, it seems. And they go outside and they just feel freedom. And I think maybe that's translating here. She doesn't really have a big old house to go to and her parents to jump on her afterwards and those kinds of things. So kind of pointed that out. I still think she's got to find a way to make it happen, to really push and just grab the song by the horns and take over like I've seen her do so many times. Didn't quite do it for me this week. Jonny West sings his version of Amazing Grace, writes his own verses for his mom. Sheesh. What a sweet song. Great lyrics. He shows that he's got serious songwriter ability. I wasn't crazy about the singing. First time I've heard his falsetto not be on the money, but very impressive with his arrangement of this song. And Katie says she wants him to win and she thinks he'll have the biggest career out of anybody on the show. Woo! Big endorsement. Most judges are very reserved and try not to say big things like that, but she's like, you know what? I'm just going to tell it like it is. I'm just going to share my opinion. And she did that, and I share the opinion as well. Please win. Louis Knight sings You've Got a Friend and hits a note.
Don't be there, yes, I will. You've got a friend. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I think this was the best vocal performance of him for the year. Good timing. Did great. Looked great. Did all the performance, eyes, and all the things that he's so good at. And then sang. I mean, he sang really well. Julia sang Sweetest Devotion. Her second song was much better than her first song. She started off low again, but this time her lower register was very pure, very clean, and warm.
Sweetest devotion, hitting me like an explosion. All the
Sing.
life I've been frozen. The sweetest devotion I've known.
Sing. Great job. Overall, this was a great vocal. She's having winner moments with New York State of Mind last week, and then this performance this week. She's having those moments. Will she win? I don't think so. I think the power of the guy with the guitar is too strong, but she could. She's deserving. She does this funny little arm movement that I've noticed and picked up on every time she hits a note, and she flings her arm up like this, like, huh.
Sweetest devotion, explode the day, 'cause I'm in the air.
And I don't care. Do what you got to do. You sound great. If that helps you, do it every single time. Francisco's next. Wow. What a dope boss opening. Says I love you to his mom, walks over, picks up the guitar, sits down, boom, band comes in, first notes out of his mouth sound like a record.
Traveling these wide roads for so long.
Dang.
My heart's been full.
Dang.
You 10,000 miles gone.
Dang.
Never be proud of me,
Dang.
but there's blood on my hands. In my oh, in my darkness I remember.
Golly.
Ever be proud of me,
Hey.
but there's blood on my hands. I love you, baby.
Jeez. Master. This was the best performance of his, I think, all year. Sounded like a pro. Super relaxed. Super confident. Super swag when he's singing. Like, in his face, he's like, I said that last week, and it's true. Francisco has two personalities. One, when he's not singing of like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And two, of when he's singing like, yeah, you hear this. One thing he does really well is singing in the pocket, or as Lionel said, riding the pocket. And what that means is you have a beat where you decide to sing in relation to that grid, if you will. Those beats determines a lot of how the song feels and moves and grooves. In the pocket typically means right behind the beat. Sometimes when you get excited or if you're nervous, you'll rush it a little bit and you'll sing right in front of the beat. But singing in the pocket, riding the pocket is sitting down in the beat of the song and just grooving with it and putting your notes where they need to be. He does this very well. Dillon James saying, hang on, the king of B-roll, the king of offstage video. I just love him. I just do. I'm glad he made it through, and what a great story. And I don't feel like it's contrived. I don't feel like they're pushing it at all. I think it's real. I'm totally convinced that this is genuinely who he is. And when he was saying in the poem to his mother, he said, you saved my life. Shoo-wee. I cried. I did. I cried. I did. Tears, red eyes, cried. And then hits a run. What?
Even though we felt far away,
Hey!
couldn't hold you.
Sing! Do that again.
But you didn't want. Even though we felt far away,
Hey!
couldn't
Boy!
hold you.
I didn't know you could do that.
But you
It was a nice little country run, you know, not like a R&B run, but his thing run. His storytelling, cowboy, spiritual, awesome, I'm great guy run. You've got two factors when you're a contestant on American Idol: how well you do on stage in your performance and how well you're depicted off stage. Both are totally in your control. And if there's a winner of the off stage factor, it's Dillon. I just love him. The winner of the second round for me was Francisco. He just sounded like a record. You could take that audio file, put it straight on iTunes, and I'd buy the crap out of it. I'd buy it, delete it, buy it again, get a new account, buy it again. That's the end of the show. We go from 7 to 1, I guess. So from this, whoever gets the most votes wins. I wish so badly there's one more show so we could go from 7 to 3 or 7 to 4 and then pick a winner out of that. But this is what we're dealt with. We got one more show, and I guess whoever gets the most votes out of this show wins everything. Who do I think is going to win? I have no idea. I think it's going to be a guy with a guitar, so I think it's going to be either Dillon, Arthur, Francisco, could be Louis. Who do I desperately want to win? If Jonny wins, if America sees the goodness that is in this man, in his performances, in his character, in his piano playing, in his falsetto, in his songwriting, and choose that he's their favorite and he wins, I will lose my mind. He's my pick. Here's the top 7 that I wanted. Here's the top 7 I predicted. Here's the top 7 we ended up with. Here's who I hope wins and who I think is going to win. So that's it for me, but before I go and before you click off, are you or someone you know auditioning for American Idol next year? My season was the first season that they did online audition tapes, and that's how I got in, and I'd love to help you make it as well. If you or someone you know is auditioning and would like to be coached by me, you can email beckhamlessons@gmail.com and put Idol Audition in the subject line. And for $1.99, we could spend an hour on Zoom, just me and you, working on your audition, answering any of your questions on the process of American Idol, and giving you honest feedback to give you the best possible opportunity to make it to the judges places and much further. Thank you all for watching. This has been a blast for me. Like and comment and subscribe. If you comment, I'll talk back to you. Tell me what you think I did wrong. Tell me where you think I'm right. But more fun is to tell me when I'm wrong, and I'll respond and disagree. Or I'll agree. Maybe you'll change your mind. Who knows? We'll see. My Instagram is @ClarkBeckham. Twitter is @ClarkBeckham. Facebook is Clark Beckham. Sharing the things I post would help me a lot. And then sharing this video anywhere you can is greatly appreciated. Thank you all. I'll see you next week.